Okay, good evening everyone. Good evening to all the viewers out there. Yan. Okay, good evening everyone. I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, good evening to all my live viewers out there. Paramdam naman kayo. Anyway, so this is Teacher HG and I'm going to discuss email etiquette or paano nga ba yung tamang pag-email, diba? Especially nowadays na more on because of the pandemic, ang mga um, communication nowadays are more on email, messages online, diba? That's why I am going to discuss that tonight. Iyan. So, are you familiar with the word email etiquette? Or narinig niyo na ba yung email etiquette na yan? O, di ba? Sinabi ko na kaya narinig niyo na. Anyway, so don't worry if it is your first time to hear these two words, email etiquette. So when we say email etiquette, it is the code of conduct for sending email. Yes, right. Even in sending email, we should follow code of conduct. Okay? And when we say email etiquette, it refers to the principles and behavior. I think my okay, wait, let me just you cannot see my wait for the commercial. Wait guys. This is live. Yes, this is live. Okay, again, good evening everyone. This is Teacher HG and I'm going to discuss email etiquette. And again, when we say email etiquette, it is the code of conduct for sending email. Yes, you heard it right that even in sending an email, we should follow code of conduct. And email etiquette refers to the principles and behavior that individuals should use when writing and answering an email. Okay? And why is email etiquette important? So bakit nga ba ito mahalaga, especially nowadays? Because first, emails are a form of communication just as you follow face-to-face communication norms in conversation, and you should do the same in written communication. So if in a face-to-face manner, we are trying to be respectful, we are choosing the words that we're going to use, 'di ba? Talagang we're following the right way in communicating in a face-to-face. So dapat kahit sa email ay gano'n din tayo, 'di ba? Even not just in email but especially all the written communication, even nga yung mga pagko-comment natin, 'di ba? Kasi usually kapag nasa online na tayo, 'di ba mas tumatapang tayo compare sa face-to-face communication. And yan, going back to to what I am saying, email etiquette is important because especially nowadays that there are larger class sizes and the schedules of the teachers and online classes make it difficult to have in-person discussion with faculty about questions or concerns. So unlike before, if may concern yung bata or may question, pwede niya directly puntahan agad-agad yung professor, yung teacher, or kung sino man yung kailangan niya. Actually, hindi lang yung teacher, even as workers, di ba? Kung may concern tayo with our um, taxes or payment, pwedeng naman natin puntahan. But because of our situation, mas limitado na. Except lang ngayon dahil mas lumuwag-luwag na um, yung ating paligid, di ba? And email etiquette is important because you want your message to be understood in a positive manner as well as taken seriously. Bakit, Teacher HJ, meron bang mga email na hindi natitake seriously? And the answer is yes. Okay? Especially if we are not following the email etiquette or yung tamang pag-i-email. Diba minsan, ako personally, pag may mga nare-receive akong email, tapos hindi, yung alam mo yung mga gumagamit ng mga informal na email address or minsan yung approach nila in messaging me is very rude, ganyan. So, sometimes I'm not taking them seriously. So, the written word can be easily misinterpreted, resulting to your message ng ibang your email all together. And we don't want that to happen. Tama ba? Okay? And let us now understand the different parts of an email. So the first one is the to. This is where you are going to type the email address of the individual the message is intended for. But please be careful in typing or encoding the email address of the intended person. Kasi po, pag nagkamali lang po kayo, even yung mga simpleng tuldok, hindi na po yan matatanggap ng sisendan nyo ng message. And aside from that, may mga pagkakataon pa din na even nga yung mga capitalization, di ba? And as just a piece of advice, if we are going to create or make our email address, make sure naman na it is formal. Wag na po yung pang Jejemon, di ba? Yung Colette's underscore, ganyan. O kaya yung mga idol natin, di ba? O kaya yung mga pet natin, ipinangalan natin sa email address natin. So, pag natanggap kasi yon ng makaka-receive, pwedeng hindi niya seryosohin yung email mo. Okay, next is the CC or the carbon copy. So use this to add individuals who need a copy of the email. So the original receiver of the email will see this person added. So you will include those people who has concern also with your email or has a connection, 'di ba? Or pwede rin, halimbawa, magpapasa kayo ng thesis online, 'di ba? Or magpapa-consult kayo. So, pwede nyo ilagay sa to is yung professor nyo, yung teacher nyo, or yung instructor nyo. And then, ang ilalagay nyo sa CC is, for example, yung mga members mo, di ba? So that they will be notified that you already sent your project or whatever it is that you have sent. And aside from that, if the teacher or the instructor or the professor has a comment or has something to say about your project, hindi lang ikaw yung makakakita, 'di ba? Even those who are in the carbon copy or in the CC. Okay? But and when it comes to BCC or the blind carbon copy, use this when you want another individual to get a copy of the email and only they know that they get a copy. So the blind means the original receiver does not know anyone else is getting a copy. So usually class or friends or guys, ginagamit yung BCC kapag yung anong tawag doon, yung group message, parang ganun. Pero hindi kailangang mabasa ng bawat isa kung ano yung mga replies, 'di ba? Yung mga reply nung mga kasama dun sa email. So personally, I use this whenever I am following up or reminding my students regarding their tuition fee, their grades, or any other things that I need to remind them, di ba? Kasi ito yung ginagamit ko kasi siyempre mas mabilis siya, and then second, 'pag nag-reply yung student, hindi mababasa ng ibang student, okay? And next is the subject. So input a clear subject line. So keep it short and simple but not vague. Include your name, class, and what the email is specifically regarding in the subject. So for example, of the students, dito na nila nilalagay yung and use complete sentences, of course, and double check your spelling, your grammar, and punctuation mark. And actually, there are students who are not very particular with how they use their punctuation mark. But if you're going to send it to your teachers or instructor or professor, you should be careful even with your punctuation mark. Kasi minsan akala natin wala lang yun eh, 'di ba, yung 'pag mahilig kang gumamit ng madaming question mark, ng punctuation mark, ganyan. Pero sa ibang tao, iba na pala yung meaning nun. That's why we should be careful in using punctuation mark. And use professional font and give a proper salutation that matches the message of the email. So, you could say thank you or sincerely. Okay. Let us now proceed with the tone of your email. So think about the impression your tone will make in the email. So if you're emotionally charged, it is best to wait 24 hours before emailing or responding to emails. So when was the last time that you are very emotional and you reply or you sent a message or even you rant in Facebook, 'di ba? Kasi kung masyado tayong emotional, masyadong masaya, masyadong malungkot, galit, even whatever emotion is that, nabiblurred or hindi tayo nakakapag-isip ng mga sasabihin natin at nakakapag-decide tayo ng hindi maganda. That's why, even in sending and responding to emails, kailangan clear yung ating mind, di ba? And do not write in all capitals. For sure, you are already aware of this that if we are mad or angry, we tend to capitalize our message for them to know that, hey, I'm angry or I am mad, 'di ba? So this make it seem that you're shouting at the receiver. So if you are used in doing that to your family members or friends or with those people who are close to you, please refrain in doing that to other people, especially your teacher or anyone who is not close to you. Okay? And treat faculty and other students with respect. Refrain from bad mouthing or calling unnecessary attention to situations. So, the golden rule, do treat those how you want to be treated. Okay? And next, so the format, be mindful of formatting. Special characters, images, fonts, etc. may appear differently on the intended receiver's end. So there are images or characters that are familiar with you and your classmates or with those people who are the same age as you. But if you're going to send that to your teacher or to those who are older than you, make sure they will understand it or they have an idea regarding it. Kasi kung magdadalawang isip ka, mas mabuti nang wag mo na lang i-send. Okay? And next, use proper structure and layout. So reading from a screen can be difficult. So ensuring your email has a structure and concise layout is important. So make sure you have short paragraphs with spaces and between and use numbers or tick marks when making points. So class, for sure you are also familiar or you are also experiencing that kapag masyadong mahaba yung babasahin, di ba parang nakakatamad siya basahin. Okay? So same with sending an email. If you can make it short, if you can use numbers, if you can use tick marks to enumerate your points, so why not? And watch out for run-on sentences and long emails. Emails are meant to be concise and to the point, not dissertation. So, and leave out the abbreviation and emoticons, especially if you're going to, yun nga, send an email to your teacher or to your professor or instructor. Wag na tayong gumamit ng mga abbreviation kasi baka naman hindi sila familiar doon, di ba? And second, yung mga emoticons, very inappropriate if you're going to include those in our emails. And worst, baka ma-misinterpret pa tayo. Okay? That's why, please, wag na lang wag na lang mag-include ng emoticons. Okay? And let's now proceed with the content. So always read and reread your emails before sending. Double check spelling, grammar, the proper titles, etc. Okay, so class, I mean guys, the if you want to make sure, you may ask the help of the people in your house, 'di ba? You may ask them to read your emails. Tapos tanungin mo kung ano ba yung dating sa kanila ng kung ano yung dating sa kanila ng emails mo or ng email mo. Does it sound rude, demanding, or very patient. So, yun yung mga pwedeng tone ng iyong message. So consider your content and what following up is needed. If you have multiple questions or your email is running long, consider revising your email or meeting with the receiver face-to-face. So, there are times kapag masyado ng mahaba, parang yung concern or yung conflict, instead na ma-solve, hindi siya agad-agad na-solve. So, much better kung kaya naman na pumunta ka or kausapin mo na ng face-to-face yung kung gusto mong mag-email, the better. Pero kung hindi kaya, pwede ring tawagan, di ba? So, double check your attachment, yes, dahil baka mamaya, selfie mo ang iyong na na-attach, di ba? So, always reference your attachment in the body of the email. So, do not attach files that are very large and consider sending it as a PDF. So, pag PDF kasi hindi siya na-edit. Okay, kaya maganda rin yun. Okay, so this is an example of bad email example. So why do you think this is an example of bad email example? Okay? Why do you think? Okay, so this is considered as bad email example because at first she or he did not introduce himself or herself or whoever who sent this message. And then second, sounds rude, di ba? Yung parang, I can find the assignment you gave in class. Can you send me a new copy that? So parang napaka-demanding din. That's why it is a bad email example. And aside from that, it will be hard for a teacher like me to check kung ano ba, 'di ba? How will I cater or how will I handle the email of this student? I don't know his information or 'di ba, details. Okay, so if you're going to make it a good email example, so magiging ganito siya, 'di ba? So you introduce yourself and then ilagay mo din kung saan ka ba niya student, 'di ba? So nakalagay nga, "Dear Professor Do, my name is Jane Lee." So she introduced herself. And I am in your MW Mat 1179 AM to 10 AM class. So saan niya naging estudyante ito? I am emailing in regards to assignment number 5. Yan, very good with the assignment number. I have a couple of questions about some of the topics. May I come by during your office hours at 10 a.m. tomorrow to discuss these questions? And if another time would be better for you, please let me know and I will reschedule. Thank you in advance for your help. And then, may salutation siya, sincerely, Jane Lee. Diba? So kind and very respectful. Okay, and other tips, allow the proper amount of response time. So this applies to both the sender and receiver. So the rule of thumb is 24 hours. If no response occurs after that, you can follow up. So if you send your message at 8 a.m. today, it is rude and very wrong to follow up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then the whole day, 'di ba? So, kung 8 a.m. ka nag-send ng message ngayon at until tomorrow wala pa din, so you could follow up, 'di ba? Kasi kung ma-follow up mo siya at bongga, baka mas lalo tayong hindi replyan. Okay? Busy or paano nga ba ang tamang pag-i-email. So, may mga questions ba kayo? Do you have any questions, clarification, or anything? If none, I think we can now end this live teaching. Okay, thank you for those who listened and stayed up until the end. Okay, so goodbye everyone. Thank you.